Hi there, thanks for stopping by. This is Mr. Ed, and in this video I am going to blow your mind with how easy it is to make this wall art. Frame it all, it cost me $5, less than 30 minutes of time, and you can do it too. If you want to know how, stay tuned. Okay, let's get started. I've listed the materials you'll need below in the description to this video. And the very first thing I do is I take a piece of cardstock, I lay a clear transparency film over the top of it, I take a washable marker and just start putting down as much pigment, as much ink as I can on the film as possible. If you can't draw a stick figure or a box or a square, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is move your marker back and forth. If you can do that, you've got this. As far as the artistic or creative part of it goes, you just need to mix colors that kind of go together, you know. Yellows, reds, oranges go together, blues, greens, yellows go together. As long as you stay within those kind of palettes, it's going to turn out great. And once you lay down some ink, you're going to add just a little bit of water. The water is going to allow the pigments to blend in the next step of this art. Now here I'm just going around and mixing the colors. I'm not trying to really make anything, and that's why this is a great project for kids, because you're not trying to really paint any subject. You're making forms and textures, and you're blending colors. So it's a great exercise for that. I use blue on the outside to kind of make it darker, and I use the lighter colors on the inside. But other than those kind of generalities, the rest of it is just going to get lost. It's just fun to do. It's fun to move the color around. It's fun to kind of paint on it and watch what it does. And I'm going to speed it up for you here, and you'll get to see how these colors blend. The pigments will migrate towards the edge of the liquid, so everything kind of looks outlined. It's a really great effect. And the more pigment that you can load on this vinyl, the better. So once everything dries, I went over it again, and now I'm going over it again with a little bit more liquid, just to make sure there's enough for it to press out and spread out on this next step. Now here's one that I did earlier. I used a little bit of different colors. It all kind of washed together, and everything turned out really dark, so you don't get a lot of the color gradient that you do with like the reds and the yellows. But that's okay, because when I put the sheet, another sheet on top of it, it kind of makes these bubbles. I'll pull it off, it makes this really cool texture. I'm going to rotate the sheet around so that I can get this liquid that's on the transparency to cover everything inside there. So once I've made that, you can see it looks like an X-ray of Swiss cheese. And these little bubbles they almost look like planets, or it's just a great effect. It's a nice texture to cover over the top of a brighter color that you see underneath there. Now the next step is going to show off why this is on a transparency. You can see through there the white sheet underneath. But what if we wrap the white sheet in aluminum foil and crinkle it a little bit so we get this nice texture, and just fold the aluminum foil around the cardstock so that when we look through the transparency, we're going to see the color, and where it's clear, we're going to really see the aluminum foil, and we're going to see the texture of the crinkles in aluminum foil as it reflects light through that transparency. And you can see the effect here. It's really amazing. When it's together like that, it's hard to tell what it is. So here is a frame from Dollar Tree. I know Dollar Tree is being mentioned a lot, but when you're making art for less than $5, that's the place to go. And it's not a bad frame. Unless you get up really close, it just looks like an okay frame. And besides that, when you put the art in there, no one's going to be looking at the frame. They're going to be trying to figure out what that art is. They're not going to be able to tell that it's really aluminum foil underneath it. They're not going to know it's transparency on the top. They're just going to be just stunned, full of question marks, wondering how this piece was made. So you just basically put it in there like you would a picture, tape it in place, grab the cardstock with the aluminum foil on it, center it, and you tape it in place. Once everything's secure, you put the back on, close the pins down, and there you have it. A beautiful artwork. Amazing. 30 minutes, a few dollars worth of supplies, and you could have this beautiful wall art hanging on your wall today. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up. That lets me know I'm doing a good job. Also, if you're going to try this, please let me know below in the comments. I would love to hear about your experience. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That's going to help me keep this going for everyone to enjoy more videos like this. Until next time, thanks again. Bye-bye.